Uh, Bonjour. So, I wanted to address a subject that has always been present in my life, and it's just really, really annoying me recently, and that is the subject of superfluous information and arbitrary assumptions and accusations. Um, More specifically, in regards to uh, people's or my sexuality or sexual orientation. Um, in a few of my YouTube videos, I get people asking, am I a transvestite? Am I a woman? Am I a homosexual? And really, my first response is, um, why the fuck does this matter? Again, it's superfluous information. Um, unless you are interested in pursuing a romantic or sexual relationship with me, and your standards are based on certain qualifications, um, superfluous information is all that is. Um, of course, it's not just in um, my YouTube comments section, but it I've been subject to and witness to these stupid trollings all throughout school, all throughout after I got out of school, in almost any time that I've been out in public. I've either witnessed or been subject to uh, this fucking nonsense. People assume all sorts of things about me. Not everyone, because some people either they don't give a shit because they're like me, you know, logical people, um, with and well, not just in being logical, but um, they realize that shit like that it doesn't fucking matter. Um, but the majority of people, fuck, I lost track of where I was. Um, anyway, yeah. Obviously, like not just in school, but almost every time I go out in public, um, I'll get yelled at from people driving by in their vehicles, or um, people standing around just trolling people that walk by. I assume, but they'll assume or uh, accuse me. Well, it's really they're just trolling, um, especially on YouTube. Um, Sorry, I keep saying for you fuckers. That bitch about, oh, you say so much. And but I get called fag and queer and homo, and obviously none of these people know the definitions of the words they're using. Um, and a lot of the time, I will simply ignore them, because to indulge them in their stupidity would only lead to physical violence, and I'm not a masochist. I don't enjoy getting my ass kicked, um, which has never happened. I've never gotten my ass kicked because I know when to pick my fights. And I, I generally try to avoid confrontation, um, unless I'm in a particular mood. But I remember this one time I did indulge. Um, well, why I don't indulge the stupidity is not just because I am not a masochist and nobody likes getting their ass kicked, unless you're a masochist, um, but also because I'm a pacifist, and I'm 6'3" and weigh 124 pounds. I'm and I not only am I a pacifist, but I don't know how to fight. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked unless it's a kid, someone that's smaller than me, and they don't know how to fight either, and they're just trolling because they're a douche and they have nothing better to do. But anyway, back to the story. I indulged somebody once, and totally pwned. It was hilarious, epic pwnage. Obviously, I was walking down the street. Well, that's not obvious, but okay, I was walking down the street, and some douche was like, "Fag," so I stopped because this douche was smaller than me. I used to weigh a bit more than I do, and I used to have a bit more muscle than I do now because I was a lifeguard and I swam a lot. And I used to eat fish and eggs, and now I'm vegan. I'm thinking about eating fish and eggs again, but only freshwater fish, and because of the lower mercury content, and eggs, but only cage-free brown eggs because they're better for you and more ethically sound. But anyway, so I stopped and indulged, and after he called me a fag, I stopped, and I was like, actually, I'm not sure if you're blind, but I'm not a bundle of sticks, so no, try again. And then, of course, they hit me with queer. And so I said, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the definition of the word is odd, abnormal, weird. And I guess if that's how you perceive me, then whatever. And then, of course, the third stupid insult, or attempted insult, you, just as a side note, you really can't insult me. You can't offend me. Sorry. Nothing you say is going to offend me. Well, okay, I can't say you can't offend me. Nothing you say can offend me. There are things that you can do that will offend me. I mean, you can offend my nasal passages by planting a stinky fart and then walking away, or sitting there and enjoying your own scent. Or you can offend me by wasting food, or, throwing garbage on the ground when you could have thrown it in the trash. But anyway, so yeah, and then he hit me with homo. So I said, well, I can take that one of two ways. I can assume that you are uh, saying that I'm Homo sapien, and if you're not blind, then yes, this is clear, and I would be happy to sit here and play state the obvious with you all day, but I have other things to do, and then I could, assume that you mean homosexual, in which case uh, I would have to ask you, uh, one, what is your basis for this assumption? And two, um, so, and he couldn't say shit. I don't know if I was using a vocabulary that was outside of his understanding, or if I just epically pwned him and he was speechless. So I walked away, smiling. Because really, um, sexual orientation, again, sexual orientation, skin pigmentation, uh, cultural background, uh, all of this shit is fucking arbitrary, meaningless, unless you are trying to pursue a relationship, a romantic or sexual relationship with someone, and their their your qualifications are based on certain standards, or your no, sorry, your standards are based on certain qualifications. Um, so yeah, it's it's really old. It's I mean okay. I say it's meaningless when really it's more so that it the you people act like these things are barriers, um, when really they're simply things that make us unique, and we should celebrate the uniqueness of each other and ourselves instead of trying to chastise others for being different. Um, because the things that make us different and unique are very few. The number of things that we have in common far outnumber the things that make us uh, unique and different. I had something else that I was going to say, but I can't think of it. So, oh, Adam's apple. For those of you who honestly want to ask me if I'm a fucking girl, no. Alright? Not that that matters. Adam's apple. Women don't have Adam's apples. As though my voice doesn't give that away. That I have testicles and a penis, and I do not have breasts or ovaries or estrogen. Anyway, since I can't recall my other point, I guess will end this video now. So, think about what I said, or don't, and be a fucking, just be a fuck twat. Anyway, have a nice life.